Thank you. Well, you can imagine what kind of an ambivalent feeling is to receive an award that is not for you, but of course, I'm here as a humble messenger, and I very much hope to soon deliver her this important award in person safely to Turkey. As you heard, Eren Keskin cannot be here today as the Turkish state once again has not allowed her to leave the country. You have seen in the video already the different penalties and punishments she's already has been receiving. I'm very deeply honored and humbled to represent her today, even this is an impossible task, of course. I would just like to maybe very briefly portray also from a scholar who's working on Turkey and who has worked with her together for many years, the importance of her work that she has for so many of us. While the Turkish state has been persecuting Eren Keskin for many decades, she has not stopped even for a moment to relentlessly pursue truth, justice, freedom, dignity, and equality for every human being whose rights have been violated. She is feared by the oppressors in Turkey and cherished and loved by those oppressed because she defends the disenfranchised, the dispossessed, and the displaced in Turkey. But Eren Keskin does not only fight against the violations of human rights of the living, she also struggles for the missing and the dead, for the right to be remembered and honored in dignity. She does so when she fearlessly helps families to retrieve the mutilated bodies of Kurdish guerrillas from mass graves, when she gathers with the Saturday Mothers in Istanbul, or she struggles for the recognition of the Armenian genocide way long before anyone else was doing so in Turkey. She has been breaking one official taboo after another, always defending those who were deemed to be undefendable by the state. With her work, Eren Keskin has been for the past 30 years writing an alternative history of Turkey, one that has helped not only to disclose the past and present forms of state violence, but also has helped to confront ingrained militaristic, racist, sexist, and homophobic structures in state and society. I was fortunate to work closely with Eren Keskin in her initiative on sexual violence in prisons and under police custody, and I've been admiring and learning from her wisdom ever since. At the beginning, when she would share unbearable stories of torture and violence that she witnessed as part of her work, I would ask myself how she does not get crushed by the weight of this immense archive of pain and injustice that she has accumulated over the years. But the more I got to know her, I came to realize that for one, there's actually no power that is strong enough to silence her. Furthermore, I also realized that for Eren Keskin, knowing means to act, to voice, to struggle, irrespective how impossible the conditions are. This is what distinguishes sincere human rights defenders from political opportunists who can look away when the conditions are not suitable or the privileges are endangered. For Eren Keskin, knowledge comes with responsibility, and it is this responsibility towards the histories and experiences of the victims, their families, and the collective histories of injustice that makes her fight with the same dedication today as she did 30 years ago. She once said that the source of her dedication to human rights is love for this world, for humanity. I believe that this is also the source of her incredible humility, grace, and beauty. She's a true cosmopolitan at heart, even though most of the cases, legal cases against her, relate to her struggle for the Kurds and Kurdistan. She takes issue not only with the Turkish state, but also with the double standards of other states, be it in Europe or elsewhere. In these times, when fundamental rights are being threatened all over the world by political and private authorities, it is very important and meaningful that her legendary human rights struggle of Eren Keskin is internationally recognized with this award and this nomination. Yet due to her grave situation in Turkey, it is of course not only acknowledgement, but solidarity and concrete actions that are urgently needed, not only for her as a leading human rights defender, but of course all of those persecuted and imprisoned by the Turkish state for political reasons. I wanted just to highlight that since we're here in Switzerland and in Europe, have many, many important possibilities for that, given the strategic role that Turkey has in many ways for European interests. If we are lucky enough, we can now also...
Unfortunately, the live feed with Eren cannot be achieved, so we will have to... She will tell us a few words that we've been recording, we recorded earlier.
Well, then on behalf of her, I would like to thank you in live, but she will also express some words now that were recorded before. Thank you very much.
Thank you to you.